And good morning. It is cold but bright. I'm getting a little later start than usual with my morning walks, not just because it's cold, but because I didn't want to get up. And so we're just going to sort of pace around this little gully here while I talk, because it's really pretty. And if I walk out on the road, there will probably be lots of cars because it's a little later in the day. People going to the store, going to work, etc. So we're just going to pace back and forth here. Excuse me. Do any of you struggle with wanting to be awake? I do. My whole life has not been that way. My whole life I have been absolutely cranked and ready to go. I've always wanted to get up, to play a video game, to go hiking, to go hunting, to go play stuff with my friends. Even as an adult, I hated sleep. I always wanted to do something, go to work on a project, play games with friends online, do something engaging. I couldn't wake up to read that D&D book or to see what's going on the next episode of this playlist thing that I'm watching for a video game or whatever. But for the last 6 or 8 months, that has left me. It's like something broke in me in the last year or so, where nothing makes me want to be awake or alive. Every morning now, for the last at least 6 months, probably longer than that, when I wake up, I'm not excited. I'm met with a feeling of dread and misery. Of what's the point? My husband, my friends, my mother, they still live in La La Land and want me to live in La La Land with them like it's 20 or 25 years ago. There's nothing new for me to read. Everything new or engaging or interesting is full of just anti-white garbage. It's full of mind cancer. Or, if it's not full of that, it's a pointless, watered-down reboot or product that used to be cool that's been watered down for mass consumption to where it's no longer interesting and doesn't have the appeal it once had. So there's really nothing for me anymore. Nothing for me to be excited about. Nothing for my brilliant, hungry mind to be pleased by anymore. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But every day now when I wake up, I wish that I would never wake up. There's nothing for me anymore. Except, I guess this. Talking about stuff that matters, that will never apply to me in my life, because the people in my life don't give a shit. And I try to network, and I try to be involved in people around here who might want to have skin in the game doing real things. There's a local PTA that's pretty based, I guess. They're super duper Christian though, so that's a problem. But they don't really need me. And the people in my family don't need me. Nobody needs me. And so, it's just a mix of a lot of things. Like, especially being a weirdo loner like me who was, identity and sexually confused as a youngster. Like, my mind wanted something to escape. Fiction and D&D and science fiction books and video games and stuff like that. That became the thing that I was most passionate about when I was a teenager, because it helped me get away from all of the awful problems I was plagued by. And well, now that I'm getting older, I'm in my 40s. None of that stuff helps anymore. All that stuff I've read or seen or done 1,000 times. And I just don't have any desire to do it anymore. And a lot of the stuff that I used to like, I can't like anymore. Because all I see in the things that I used to use to escape have mean pathogens in them. They have anti-white stuff. They have white erasure. Even going back to the 80s and 90s, I see it in everything. And that's one of the things that I'm angriest about with the Go Free method, is it's kind of destroyed my ability to escape or to have any type of contentment or entertainment. The Go Free method made me harder and stronger, but it also made me more miserable. Because no one in my life will go free with me, no matter how much I try. They have no interest in it at all. They don't want to hear about it. They don't want to care about it. And here I am now, alone and miserable and frustrated, and nothing that I used to use to make myself not blow my brains out works anymore. So I just sleep. I used to never like sleeping. Now it's the thing I look forward to most every day, and I hope I don't wake up. That's not a fun place to be in. So, to counter this lately, I've been thinking about making some content. Maybe moving away from covering culture, war, and politics entirely. Maybe spend what little hours that I can manifest each day digging into the past and trying to make content on fiction and artwork and games and video games and stuff that aren't paused, that don't have anti-white shit in it. And then I think to myself, what's the fucking point? What's the point? My husband and my friends still won't care. They just want to play the same games and laugh at the same dumb shit they have for 20 or 30 years. The friends that I had that aren't as close to me, they're still the same. They just want to play Warhammer. They just want to play Age of Sigmar. They just want to laugh at comedy TV. They're just... I think my problem is I've never been a normie, and normies disgust me. And now that I have gotten old and I've realized what's going on in culture and society and how fucked it all is, it's a mix of resentment and jealousy that I can't be like that. And it all just sort of snowballs inside me to where when I wake up, I wish I hadn't every day. So that's what I struggle with now. And this is a totally selfish thing. I know that with my networking skills and the way that I'm good at oratory, the way that I encourage people and speak the truth, and I make good streams that are entertaining and fun. I know that my work is fine, and I know that I matter to people, and the work I do matters to stuff big picture a little bit. But this is a selfish thing. It's a me thing. I don't really get any fulfillment or personal reward from anything that I fucking do. Nothing. Nothing. I do stuff because I know it's right and I need to make enough money to buy food and live. And putting my passion and my energy online and talking about the things that I think are important and trying to wrap my head around why everything's fucked. Apparently, I made a good channel doing that, and people really like listening to me talk about all this shit. And so they give me a little bit of money each month. And that's enough to live. So I've been keeping doing it. But my personal life is absolute shit. My person in here is absolute shit. And I don't know how to fix it because it doesn't seem like there is any fixing it. All the religious people in my life tell me to get God. Well, I can't. I go through all the motions of Christianity. I do the stuff, I read the Bible, I pray, I do the church service with my mom, I take communion, I do all the shit, right? I do all the Christian shit. I pray every day, I read the Bible over breakfast. But it doesn't do it. It doesn't work for me because I don't believe in it. I'm hardwired to be skeptical. I'm skeptical of everything supernatural, everything. And none of it's ever been proven to me, so it's not real to me. So the God shit doesn't help. And I don't want to just take drugs and try to take antidepressants or other chemicals because I've tried that shit before when I was younger and it fucked me up, and I don't want to take that stuff anymore. I think it's bad. So, I guess the purpose of this video is to let you guys know that I suffer. And I wish I didn't. And I'm sure there are others of you out there that maybe have experienced this kind of pointlessness and malaise in your life before. How did you fix it? Is there any fix for it? What do you recommend I do or try or do differently or stop doing or start doing? I would love to hear it. My diet's pretty good. I don't think it's a diet problem. I eat as close as I can to all locally grown, like within 100 miles or whatever, produce and meat and pork and stuff. I've almost entirely removed all of the cancerous seed oils and soy and all this other shit out of my diet. I have a good diet now. I go to bed on a regular sleep schedule. I go to the gym several times a week. I take a walk every day. I feel like physically I'm taking care of myself, so I don't think it's that. I don't know. I'm just sick of everything. And I wish that my family and my loved ones and people in my life could be even just a little bit supportive and interested in either Go Free or the culture war or politics or something. But no. They don't want to know. They are the ostriches that want to keep their heads in the sand and not know what the fuck's going on. Especially my fucking husband. He just doesn't want to know because he says there's nothing he can do about it anyway, and he just doesn't want to have to be consumed with anxiety and worry about shit. Which I totally understand. He's not a strong man. He's always had problems with anxiety and personal weakness. It's probably one of the reasons he's with me. But it's just lonely and miserable making my entire life about a thing that robs me of my one way to really escape or have any joy. And then at the same time, it's alienated me from all the other people in my life. I wish I'd never gone down this path. I wish I would have... No, that's not true. I don't wish I would have been a shit lib or something. I just wish I wouldn't have been born. I just feel like a mistake. I've always felt that way. And now that I know what I know about where all this psychology shit and transsexualism and transgenderism and feminism comes from, I wish I'd have never been born. Because at least I wouldn't be alive to exist through all this shit and feel all this misery and experienced all these lies and manipulations and frustrations for nothing. For me, this is a selfish thing. I'm not saying I don't help others. I'm sure I do. But I'm just saying for me, that's how it feels like. I just wish that I had never even played this stupid game in the first place. And so it's just been really hard to wake up and do anything the last 6 or 8 months. It's a novel thing for me. Like I said, the whole 40-some years of my life, as soon as my eyes opened, as soon as I was awake, I was like, let's do something. I want to do something fun. I want to read this book. I want to play this game. I want to go hang out with so-and-so. I want to paint this miniature. I want to make this painting. I want to read this comic. I want to draw this picture. It's all gone now. It's all gone. I wake up, and I'm like, oh God, it's another day. I have to think and exist in this shit again. And there's no escape. Video games and painting and drawing and D&D and none of this shit helps anymore. It doesn't help anymore. Something changed in me. And it began around when I started to realize how fucked everything was. And then when I embraced the Go Free method and really took that to heart, it just ruined everything for me, personally. It made me stronger. It made me a better speaker. It made me a more moral force in this sphere of speaking. But it kind of destroyed my ability to be happy and not want to blow my brains out every day. So, I'm sure that's a me problem, but I'm just laying it out like it is. So, I haven't been in a good place the last 6 or 8 months. I don't know. But I'm going to keep doing what I do. I'm just going to keep at it. Maybe something will change. Who knows? Maybe it's a chemical imbalance. Maybe there's something wrong with me. But I had a big physical last week. They did all kinds of tests. They took all kinds of blood. They took like 5 vials of blood. They're going to check me for everything. But initially, they told me the same thing they always tell me. I'm the picture of health. I have a perfect heartbeat. My stats look better than somebody 20 years younger than me. I think it's all up here. I think that's probably what it is. And I'm just going to have to deal. But anyway, I know this has kind of been a sad one, but it's what's been on my mind and what I wanted to talk about today. I'll see you guys Thursday night with Chris. We'll have something delicious for you on Empire of Lies or Gulag Cafe. God bless everybody. Have a great week.